Alright, giant robot, we have to figure out this steering situation. How do I? I guess first I have to grease up all those ball bearings. These guys in here. Yeah, those little roller things. So it can swivel more easily, because that's the only thing that keeps it from swiveling easily. They're a little bit rusty. And they've never been greased up because, you know, I didn't want to get oil or grease on the aluminum because that makes it infinitely harder to weld. Okay, maybe not infinitely, but significantly harder. Oh, I also just got a letter from someone up here. I stuck it up here with my other letters. And right here it says, I'm going to answer a couple questions in it because, you know, it's right here. Where did you get that freaking dome? I built it. And there were no plans or anything. I just built it from scratch, made it all up. And you live in a forest on a mountain? Yes! That is so badass. Yes, it is. How can you afford to do all this stuff? It looks like a lot of creativity, skill, and effort. Yes, exactly! I pay for it with creativity, skill, and effort. And very minimal amounts of money. Mostly lots of effort. And yes, it's awesome! Okay, so obviously, I have to build my own sprocket to match up with these. I can't really, well, I could probably buy one if I looked that would match this, but I'm just gonna make one. So I also have to do that. Alright, so I need to make a sprocket to go on this. I think I'm gonna try making one out of polycarbonate, because that might be easier on the bolt heads. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this, but I'm gonna try it and see what it's like. And I'm gonna use this hole saw thing. It's adjustable. I haven't used it before. It's brand new. Well, I got it like, you know, a year ago or something. I just haven't used it yet. I have to adjust it first. It's kind of cool though. Like, you know, it goes like that. And you adjust these out to the diameter of the hole you want, which is kind of cool. Okay, I admit it. A lot of this is just an experiment to see if this thing works. Amazingly well, especially once it got up to melting temperature. That's a pretty good circle, and it really did melt through. It's a big chunk of melted stuff. I'm trying to figure out what the smallest size wheel is that I could have to, you know, push against things that are an inch apart. And this was like 2 3/4 inch diameter. I think it might be pretty good, because when it's pushing on that one, then by the time it's really getting off that one, it's kind of getting onto the next one, and then, yeah, I think that might be good. Worth a try at least. Although, if I put holes at 1 inch intervals around, what size does it end up being? Thank you, old math men, for inventing pi. Or figuring out what it was. Oh, I never ended up measuring how big the sticky outy thing is here, what the diameter is. The one of these I took to measure is just sitting on the floor up in the dome, right beside the calipers that could be measuring it. Let's do some eyeballing. Too small. Oh, that looks real close. That might be 1/2 inch. Before I go screwing up my piece though, let me test it on a piece of junk. Oh, let's see. Get on there. Oh yeah, it fits nice and snug. Excellent. Cool. Okay, now let's use those brains to figure out where the dots go. Oh, okay, circumference. Oops, teehee. That was supposed to be 2.5 inches from there to there, and it's 2. I looked at the wrong line. Nice one. Oh, I'll just make a new one. Didn't take very long to do this one. And now that I'm looking, 2.5 inches puts me right up to the edge, so I have to make a bigger one of those. Right. Oh.
Okay, let's resize that guy a little bit bigger. I got my circle, and to make it more precise this time, I'm going to take my little thingy, I set it to the right measurement, 2.5 inches diameter. And now I've got a line. And where the holes go. And since I already drew 8 evenly spaced thingies, and this stuff is clear, I can just trace them right onto this one. This is almost a sprocket, I just have to cut out the crap along the sides here. Kinda like where those lines are. I think that's a job for the bandsaw.
Oh, look, it's such a pretty flower. Now I'm wondering why I order these things normally. That was a piece of cake to make. Hopefully it fits. Yeah, it looks not bad. Hope it works well. There, fixed it up a little. It's a little bit less flowery now. Now this here stick thingy has a hole through it. So I need to make a hole through the side of this so I can put a stick through that and then through the thing and into the other side so it won't be able to slip. Phew, I think I got it. Now to find something that will fit the hole. It's a little bit loose. I have been known to chop the end of a drill bit off for these sorts of things. Maybe I can find a dull one and just take off the back inch. Not the important part, the crappy part. This is a good one though. If I have another one of these around that's dull, I'll use it, I think. Yes, 2 already broken ones that are a 64th of an inch too thick. Ah! What's this now? Hello, kind sir. Did you say your name was 3/16? Very nice to meet you. Excellent. Just as I planned. I'm gonna have to smack that in. Alright then, that looks pretty good, I think. Yep. Oh man, that thing's hard to turn. Yeah. Cool. Now I just have to hope it's strong enough to move the thing and figure out how to mount it. Maybe I can screw some bolts into the side of here. There isn't space with those bolts. But if it isn't strong enough to move it, I've got 2 more of these motors. One over there and one somewhere else. So, well, hopefully it'll be strong enough though. But I have backups. Just enough sun left to cut some firewood. Ha what have we here? Also, ever since my daughter was born, I started doing these silly workouts. They started really short and they keep getting a little bit further. And it's basically sprinting as fast as I can. And maybe by the time she's a teenager, I'll be able to sprint a mile really fast. We'll see. But, today I've got this one. On your mark. Sit. And now that that's out there, I won't be able to stop doing it, like ever. Oh, and I'm up to 14 steps. That was 14 steps. Next is 15.